what could the Gators do? Realistically, if they were trading Chris, what could they do? Where would he go? What would they land?
Who could they get?
Yeah.
He wants to be a Cobra. He's told me multiple times.
And if
he wants to be a Predator, he told me the same thing. That doesn't mean anything.
See what I'm talking about? Kid can't make up his mind.
Hey, welcome back to Fade the Mahoney. It's a big bonanza show. We're going to talk some recap of this gentleman's series that just got played. Thanks for coming back, Jason. We're going to talk preview of this guy's series. I hope I'm pointing the right way. I've never done quad box before. Against the Diamondbacks. I got that right, Trevor.
Correct.
Right? This is Chris. Thanks for coming back, Chris.
What's going on?
We want to talk some Chris Cheetam trade talk because there's been some rumblings about that, and we're going to do some gambling as well. So that's the plan. Welcome back, guys.
What's going on?
For having me.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's start with what we just watched from Friday, which was Jason. You guys got 2 hits in the series in 3 games. 2 hits.
Yeah, we did. It was humiliating.
It wasn't even a very good team you played against.
No, it was humiliating. Definitely a look in the mirror is needed for all of the guys on the Magic because that was humiliating.
Who got the first hit, Trevor?
Well, of course, King Curdy got the first hit.
Absolutely.
We need more playing time for King Curdy. Am I right?
King Curdy.
Absolutely.
King Curdy is getting more playing time next series. I'll say that.
He was involved in some trade rumors recently, but we'll circle back. We'll circle back to that. All right, you guys got the last game, so you salvaged it. So thanks to you. Nice job.
Yeah, thanks to me after I allowed 13 runs in the first game.
I could have used some more runs. I took the over, I think, right, Trevor?
I tried to give them to you.
Yeah, the first game we had 8 runs. It was
First game
I did that for you guys. So
first game was trending nicely. So I had the over because Jason, you said to take the under. So I guess I'll learn my lesson.
And you can never bet unders either.
Yeah.
No.
I think we're at 5-3. Does that sound right, Trevor? 5 overs, 3 unders, 2 unders in a row. So
I believe that's correct.
They're coming in. So Trevor, he won $100 off of me, but our weekly ladder wager, have we done it 4 times now, Trevor? I think 4, and I'm 4-0.
Yeah, so, I'm not doing so hot there.
Dominating.
Yeah, I took my guy Trevor Bonham. I took him.
I told him you took him too. He was pumped up. He was pumped.
He performed.
Yeah,
at least.
Can you explain to me why he didn't bat in the 3rd game?
That was completely Jack's decision. Jack, we needed to switch something up after the first 2 games, obviously. So Jack, that was Jack's decision since he was there. So he was kind of the manager again.
They took the wrong batter out. Take that for what you wanted.
Who should he have taken out?
Himself, but we won't get into that too deeply. But he should have taken himself out because he had a rough series. I mean, they all did. So I mean, and you're talking to the resident. Our last series played as well. We only had 2 hits, so it's really, I mean, not a lot of hits between the 2 teams that are representing in this podcast. But
I can't believe you guys came back on the show.
Honestly, I can't either. I was a little bit embarrassed to show my face after I was like, oh, we're desperate and all that kind of thing. I'm a little bit embarrassed to show my face on there again.
I mean, you just have to realize when you suck.
Yeah.
And that's what me and Chris have done. So now we're just embracing it.
Embrace it.
Well, it stayed under, so I lost that. I took bottom with the first pick in the ladder. It was the first time I got to go first. Trevor, for some reason, you didn't take the Red Baron, so that worked out very nicely for me.
I mean, who would have known that he was just going to be the greatest pitcher of all time in that game?
He's really improved from last year too. I mean, last year he was, he definitely didn't live up to the expectations of the first pick, but I think maybe now with all the talent in the league, you gotta give these rookies a little bit of a chance to develop more, I would say. So
Mhm.
Barron this year has really established himself into a all-star level player, which I assume he'll make the team because he's been so dominant on the mound. And I'd like to see him get some more at-bats too. I think he's an underrated hitter, but he really hasn't had that many at-bats in the MLW. But I see him like videos of him always hitting bombs and stuff in these tournaments, and then Drew sits him every game at the plate. Where I feel like he earned some reps there as well.
Well, what was
Definitely
what-
some interesting managerial decisions going on across the league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, preseason we talked about a manager maybe that should be was on the hot seat, and he seems to be doing pretty well. That was Alec Warda, right? We were a little bit concerned about him, but they're doing all right. But we've got some other ones that the players in the league think should maybe sharpen up their resumes, huh?
I agree.
I got a question for you, Jason. So
Yeah.
the first game seems like you're having a lot of control issues. Was that the wind that was bothering you? What was going on?
No, it definitely wasn't the wind. I will say we got there super late. We got usually our series will start at 6, so the players will usually get there on like 6:30 or 5:30, 5:40, and me, Curdy, and Trevor didn't get there until like 5:59. And so my warm-ups for that day were like the first inning warm-ups, and we took no batting practice. But I mean, I had a scoreless first inning, so I don't really
Good.
I don't really know what happened in the second inning. I just lost it. And then when I had the speed limit issue where I walked in a run, that I think that got into my head because I was already struggling, and I struck him out with the bases loaded. So it was just a bad combination of a lot of things that led to that.
It seemed like you guys were kind of all out of sync. Like Jack, not having
Yeah.
Jack there before and him coming in, and you guys showing up late. You had there's a couple fielding mishaps too. It's like you guys didn't seem like you're all on the same page.
Yeah, we just weren't all there. And then like especially when you lose game 1, I know Chris has been through it. Like when you lose game 1 18-0, like games 2 and 3, just your morale and confidence are just down the drain at that point. So I think our game 1 result definitely influenced games 2 and 3 at the plate too.
Yeah. Is there any worse feeling in MLW than seeing Drew hit a home run and just like him smugly kind of walk to first base as he goes up 8-0?
Yeah, no, I've played Drew because we're in the same league. That was like my 5th series playing Drew, and that was the first time he's ever hit a home run off me. And so I had never experienced, Drew just showboating a home run on me before. Until that,
he soaked it all in.
No, he soaks every homer he hits. He soaks it in. So yeah, no, that was definitely a gut check.
That was Drew was Trevor's pick for the ladder, so it was a good start. And then after that, he didn't really do anything. If we could just circle back real quick to Baranowski on the Baranowski, I said that right, for the ladder. He didn't get an at bat in the series, right?
No, he did not.
Are you guys aware that for slate 2, he finished 3rd overall in the whole league without an at bat?
That's insane.
Crazy.
It's pretty good.
No, he's definitely very, very improved.
What was that? The pitch that he was throwing was a pitch I didn't really ever see before, where it's like it's dropping down and then last second it shoots up. Like it's like a riser, but it was like it was really like there's a couple of those pitches. Like the one to Trevor, it looked like he thought it was going to hit the ground, and it just popped right back up. And
he has like it's kind of in between a slider and a riser. It moves like horizontally, but also rises, like you said, because me and Trevor both struck out on pitches that hit the bottom of the pipe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like out of the hand, you expect it to be a slider, and then all of a sudden it rises. Yeah, it was catching us off guard.
Yeah, Trevor's had a rough year with like there could just be a full montage of great pitches against him, and then he's just standing there like, what was that?
Yeah.
He got a walk this series, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
First inning, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was feeling really good And then,
Yeah.
well, I mean, I won by a mile because he pitched really well, and
He
Drew
did pitch really well.
and Drew didn't do anything other than the homer. So, all right. Anything else to lament about your series, Jason? Or you think
No,
we pretty well covered?
we sucked, and we got to hit, or else we'll keep sucking. So,
Well, you guys are 2-4, right? You're only one game out.
Yeah, you got to feel pretty good getting a game out of that series, at least, like considering how poorly it went. For you guys to nab a game there, it's got to feel pretty good, at least.
Yeah, I mean, at least we definitely got the one game, because if we were 1-5 and the Cobras were 3-3 with all the other teams, like our season was basically over. So, getting one at least was huge for how bad we played.
Yeah, if you guys wouldn't have won that last game, there would be no reason at all to trade for Chris Cheetam this year.
No.
So let's talk about it.
Is that your segue?
Segue. I'm a professional.
Nice.
Chris,
What's going on?
I've had this gentleman here has been on the show, and I think he made a comment. I would do that trade in a second.
Yeah.
After
My teammates kind of got hurt by that.
Oh, you think so? You think you publicly admitting that you would jettison 2 of your teammates for somebody?
Yeah, who would have thought? I had no idea.
Yeah, that was fun. We also had Ryan Kratch from the Predators, who said you told him you wanted to play for them.
Yeah, nobody wants to play for them.
Preds?
We also had Drew Davis, who said that you told him you wanted to play for them.
That's the absolute worst team to play for, also, by the way.
I don't want to play with them.
I think you could ask anyone in the league, and the Cobras are the one team you will refuse to play for.
Oh.
Especially after they basically traded me away for like a meme in the league too. Yeah. So there's that as well.
They could have had Chris. So I don't know why you're complaining.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a trade proposal I've been thinking about. I think a way we can make this work. Are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. So instead of Chris going to the Magic, instead we're gonna have Jason go to the Gators.
Yes.
Along with Jack.
Oh, crap.
for Zerlag and Jorgensen. And this way Zerlag manages the Magic. Jack takes a back seat, and you guys can collectively manage the Gators. You can be co-managers of the Gators. And there we go. We have a trade.
Can Reese go to the Magic?
Sure. But you need a third player though, right? If Jack doesn't play, true. I mean,
we'll take like a fourth grader for Reese.
I was gonna say throw in Curdy and you got yourself a deal. I mean,
there you go. That's fine.
I would hate to not play with my boys on the Gators, but I do think that's a pretty fair trade altogether. I mean, like having Jack as our third guy would not be a terrible option in my opinion. I feel like he really did struggle in that series. I know we kind of already discussed it. He did struggle, but at the same time, he also hasn't been there yet this year. Hasn't been getting any reps, so I feel like he's about a much better player. While maybe he isn't as good as he used to be, he's a much better player than he showed in that series, in my opinion. So if that trade ever came to fruition, I think we would be all right. Obviously, I agree with Jason. We need to find some other pieces. I mean, we could give Reese some at-bats if he was there. Obviously, he didn't have a great first showing, but, he could get some other opportunities. But our depth would be pretty shot. So we'd have to, I mean, if there's no draft picks in it, hey, we'll have one next year and maybe a pretty early one too. So, we probably getting a talented piece. And maybe it could help us on the mound too, because me and him both can't throw. So
yeah, I like the way this works out. I like you get a shift of managers, and it all works out. Yeah, I think the Magic would be happy with having Zerlag, Jorgensen, and Bonham to build from. I think that's fine. Yeah. I don't know. Sounds good to me. Let's make it happen.
I mean, I definitely don't think it's a super unfair trade. I'll put it that way, at least. Like, I don't think it's either team's getting destroyed in that deal. Because Zerlag and Jory, it's been a rocky start to the year, that's for sure. But he's still got ace level stuff when he's on, and then Zerlag's improved every single year he's been in the league. So he's a really good hitter. I've said this plenty of times, but I think he was even better hitter than me last year. So, they're getting a bat, and maybe some of those switching pieces could make everybody play a little bit better.
I like it.
Could you repeat it I didn't hear the full thing. So if you could repeat it real quick, and I need to know if Jason were you doing some texting right there, Jason, with some other managers?
Oh no.
Oh. What was it, Trevor?
The trade is Zerlag and Jorgensen
Okay.
for Agner and Jason.
Okay. All right. Well, it would be amazing if that were to happen. But again, no way you would ever go play for Drew Davis and the Cobras. Is that correct?
Oh God, no. That would be the last team I would go to. I mean, honestly, when I was talking about the trade and stuff, it wasn't necessarily that I wanted to be traded away. I just really want to play with Jason. I mean, if that's how I had to go, then that's how I had to be. But like, I mean, if I, before the season, had I gone to like the Preds or something like that and teamed up with Ryan, that would have been really fun. Me and him have like, honestly, I've like, he's one of the guys that I feel like I've gained a new appreciation for since getting in the league. Cause I feel like when I first started in the league, we maybe didn't click as much as some other guys that I met in the league, but now I really like him a lot as a person. I think he's a great player. I mean, he's been awesome through 2 series. So I feel like teaming up with him would be really fun, but they got their own thing over there. So I'm assuming they're not really looking to add or subtract any pieces away from that magic, but that would be a team I would be open to playing for. And I mean, there's definitely some other teams that I would be as well, but I'm also not openly like, I need to get out right now.
You're not?
Not necessarily, there's still some season left. We'll see, and there's always the off season to kind of reevaluate things too. But, I'm just kind of taking it how it goes, see how the rest of our season plays out too. And then I'll go from there.
All right. Do you want to name any of the other teams that you would or would not go to? I'm already clipping the part where you say you would never play for the Cobras. That's going to be played. But anything else you wanted to add would be great.
Let's see. I mean, obviously I already said the Magic, the Preds I'd be open to. I mean, the Wildcats would be another team I would. I don't know if I would even pitch on their team with how Sailor's been, but I feel like that 3-man lineup would be, I mean, they have Jackson too. So I don't know how much I would even fit in really there. So maybe that'd be one I would want to stay away from, but I mean, like the Mallards, it'd be cool to play with like Tommy and Jordan but they again have a lot of depth. So I don't know if they would even want to do that trade necessarily. So what's the other team in the league? I can't even think at the
Eagles.
Oh yeah, the Eagles. I would love to play with Dan and Dallas, but again, I don't know if they would even want me because they just got. Yeah, I wouldn't pitch for sure because Dallas and Dan have just been awesome through 2 series.
All right. Trevor, anything I didn't cover there that you think we need to talk about?
I think we covered the trade angle pretty good. I have a question for both these guys. What are you guys going to do to get better?
I'll start it. I mean, for me, it's more about, finding that confidence because I feel like it's a lot of my game is mental and sometimes I get really down on myself, especially when I pitch in that game 1 and, I don't have the best game and we lose. I just really lose a lot of confidence in myself. I mean, as Jason said, when you lose, we didn't lose 8-0 or whatever it was, but we lost 3-0. It didn't really feel like we were in the game at all against the Eagles. And after that, I clocked out of the series pretty much. I was like, we're not going to win a game. That was pretty much my mindset after that because I just had no confidence in myself. But so it's more about, trying to stay focused, not trying to be too up or down or whatever. So we're going to actually have Jorgie go. He's pitching game 1. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the live or whatever, but he's going game 1 for us. I actually showed up at that series late too, because I had to come from work. So I wasn't able to get a very good warm up in. I won't get into the details of how the series went, but he is pitching game 1. So, that's a little bit different. Even we could get some, better stuff from Jorgie in game 1 because he has some elite stuff sometimes, but it kind of lets me focus in on the whole series rather than just that game 1. So that's part maybe just, strategically can help me out, get my confidence back up.
There, guys, go buy some jerseys.
Nice. Yeah, I was interested. Are you guys doing any of the like away from the game work like the Preds are doing? That I was really surprised to hear Ryan talk about that, how he would mimic the upcoming pitcher's performance in some batting practice for them. Have you guys done that throughout the season, or is that something you guys are going to start doing now? Or
we've been doing that nonstop throughout the last 3 years, even when we joined the league. I know even just today when I was at work, like Chris, Jorgie, Curdy, a bunch of guys went and they played wiffle ball. So Yeah, we definitely still put in work. I know me, Chris, Trevor, and Jorgie all have our own strike zones to throw to, and we're at home by ourselves. So yeah, we definitely put in work. The results aren't always there, but I want the fans to know we do put in work. We're not just sitting on our butts doing nothing. So yeah, we definitely try to get better.
Yeah, I'll add to that a little bit. Actually, I kind of went with a little bit of a different approach going into this Diamondback series too that I didn't mention. Whereas I actually didn't touch a wiffle ball for like 2 or 3 weeks after, because it was just like kind of like resetting my mind. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want to throw out my arm and that kind of thing. So it was kind of like, you know, trying to just focus on like just, you know, going to the gym maybe a little bit more, just trying to forget about what happened in that series, because we played terrible. So there's no point of like lingering on that. But then, you know, once the series got closer, me and Jorgie did a couple different bullpens and that kind of hit off each other and stuff. But actually, to answer your question, when you said the mimicking thing, I actually was trying to throw a little bit like Ryan to Jordan, because he's going to have a bigger role in that series. So I was trying to give him, you know, a lot of off speed pitches and that kind of thing. And he actually handled the off speed pretty well. He had a couple of home runs off me off that. So if Ryan throws the ball a little bit slower, he may have some success.
Cool. All right. It is my thought that we could probably transition into a brand new episode here in which we'll preview Chris's upcoming series against the Diamondbacks. Again, I got it right. And then Trevor and I are gonna do a little bit different type of gambling. And I hear you guys want to have it out on who's a better sports or worse perhaps sports gambler. So good gambling, everybody.